Yeah, and connecting that to the bigger picture. The sources basically confirm that the kaiju threat and
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling, well, really the peak of the conflict, aren't we? That huge final showdown between Kaiju No 8 Kafka Hibino and the big bad himself, Kaiju No 9. We've gone through all the sources, the analyses, the fan breakdowns, everything around this Kaiju No 8 versus number 9 final battle. And look, our mission for you is pretty straightforward. We want to pull out the absolute key insights about Kafka's growth, the massive emotional weight of this fight, and crucially, what No 9 really represents in terms of escalating threat. We're here to get you the core understanding.
right, and it's important to frame this right off the bat. This isn't just about a big punch-up, you know. The sources all point to this being, the culmination. It's the test of everything they've learned, every promise made. It's kind of the make or break point for these character arcs.
Okay, let's unpack this, and let's jump right into the action, the emotional core, because that's where it really lands, I think. So the satisfaction, it kind of hits you immediately. The sources really zero in on that critical moment, Kafka arriving just in the nick of time, to save Mina Ashiro from No 9's attack.
Exactly, and that arrival, it's more than just lucky timing. It's the payoff for the entire premise of the series, really. You have Kafka and Mina finally fighting side by side. The sources are super clear. This is them fulfilling that childhood promise.
Yeah.
It's a huge emotional release after, all that time apart.
Absolutely. And the impact there is massive because remember, Kafka started out as the guy who completely failed that promise. He was cleaning up after the battles, watching Mina become this legend. Now he's using his kaiju power, the very thing that makes him an outsider, to save her and make good on that promise. It's not just fulfilling a kid's dream, it's like an adult contract finally honored under fire.
And if you look at how they actually fight together, it really underlines that theme of trust. Absolute trust. Their bond isn't just friendship anymore. It's like a finely tuned military partnership.
Okay.
The sources really stress how they complement each other strategically. Mina's got the overwhelming firepower, right? Needs that moment to aim, to prepare.
Yeah, that big cannon.
Exactly. And Kafka, he provides the mobility, the defense, that buys her the crucial second she needs.
That makes sense. And you mentioned strategy. Kafka's not just acting as a bodyguard here, is he? He's applying what he learned. The sources seem to show a Kafka who's way past just reacting on instinct.
Let's shift gears a bit to his actual fighting style. We know he went through that tough training. How does that pay off here? The sources say his style is specifically shaped by Hoshina and Narumi, right?
Yes, precisely. This is where you see the results of all that training. It gives those earlier arcs real closure. Kafka isn't just swinging wildly anymore, he's using specific learned techniques.
When you read the descriptions of the fight, you can almost see Hoshina's influence in the way he moves, the way he dodges. That focus on efficiency, hitting precise spots, finding those split-second openings.
Okay, so that's the Hoshina side, and then Narumi's influence. That feels almost like the opposite, doesn't it? Narumi was all about just maxing out the power.
That's exactly it. Narumi is about pushing the output, sheer destructive force.
Right.
So Kafka is essentially doing something pretty sophisticated here. He's blending these two totally different approaches. Hoshina's agility and precision, Narumi's raw power. And he's doing it inside a kaiju body that can actually handle that kind of stress. He's gone from being the underdog just trying to keep up to a genuinely trained, thinking fighter.
Okay, but let's inject some reality here. Kafka's leveled up, clearly. But the sources don't paint this as an easy win. Why not? No. 9 is still described as incredibly dangerous, unpredictable.
And that's the critical twist, isn't it? That's what makes this battle more than just a power check. What's really fascinating, and the sources spelled this out, is where now 9 gets his improved fighting ability.
Okay.
It comes from absorbing Captain Aisaw Shinomiya. And this isn't just like getting stronger.
Oh, wow.
No. 9 literally absorbed Shinomiya's skills, his muscle memory, years of martial arts mastery. So Kafka, who trained under 2 masters, is now facing an enemy who has instant innate mastery from a 3rd legend. Shinomiya's skill brings this whole new dimension of precise, close-quarters combat that 99 just didn't have before.
So it's earned skill versus stolen skill. Synthesized training versus absorbed expertise. Wow, okay, that changes the game completely. No, 99 isn't just strong. He's like this walking archive of stolen greatness. That ramps up the difficulty massively. Which brings us, I think, beyond just fighting techniques and into the themes. This fight is framed as this huge test of limits, right? Even with his new skills, Kafka is being pushed to the absolute edge.
Absolutely. And that struggle connects directly to Kafka's biggest internal battle. his identity, that whole human mind in a kaiju body thing. It's still the core conflict for him. The sources portray this internal fight as being just as intense as the physical one. What's fascinating here is that the real fight for Kafka isn't just about beating 9 or saving Mina. It's about holding on to himself. Every time he pushes his kaiju power, uses that immense strength, there's a risk, a psychological cost. His ultimate victory has to include staying Kafka, the human part that remembers the promise, despite the power surging through him.
And the sources draw a pretty explicit line between Kafka's internal struggle and what Non is. No, Nine's whole deal is absorbing identity, overwriting it. That makes him the perfect thematic enemy, doesn't it?
Exactly. No, Nine is like the philosophical opposite of what Kafka's trying to achieve. Kafka's trying to integrate 2 parts human and kaiju while staying himself. No, Nine just consumes individuality. It takes skills, knowledge, everything, and adds it to its own evolving consciousness.
That detail feels really crucial for you, the listener, to get. The sources keep bringing up this foreshadowed danger. Number 9 absorbing others isn't just about him getting stronger. It's a threat to memory, to history itself.
That's why it's truly existential. Every Defense Force member Number 9 absorbs isn't just a death. It's like a permanent deletion of experience and tactical knowledge. If Number 9 were to absorb Kafka, well, it's not just losing Kafka.
Right.
It's Number 9 gaining everything Hoshina and Narumi taught him, adding to Shinomiya's skills, basically gaining the blueprint to dismantle the entire Defense Force. It removes humanity's biggest wild card and steals his knowledge.
Okay, the stakes just went through the roof. Kafka isn't just fighting for Mina or even humanity's survival in the moment. He's fighting to protect humanity's collective knowledge from being turned against itself. All right, so as we wrap up this deep dive, let's quickly recap the main takeaways. First, that huge emotional payoff. Mina and Kafka, side by side, fulfilling that childhood promise. That's the heart of it.
Second, the clash of skills, right? Kafka's synthesized craning Hoshina's precision, plus Narumi's power-up against Number 9's instantly absorbed mastery, specifically Shinomiya's martial arts genius.
And third, the nature of the threat itself. This fight is the ultimate test of Kafka's identity against an enemy that literally gets stronger by erasing individuality and consuming others.
Yeah, and connecting that to the bigger picture. The sources basically confirm that the kaiju threat, embodied by Number 9, isn't just about destruction anymore, it's existential. The enemy evolves by consuming us, our identities, our skills. This battle isn't really the end, it just confirms that humanity's facing something that learns by stealing, potentially faster than we can teach.
Which leaves us with one final thought for you to chew on. If ultimate power, like 9 shows, comes from just absorbing others' skills and knowledge, what does that really say about individual mastery, about practice, about having an original self? Is Kafka's struggle to stay himself just about his own issues? Or is it a fundamental fight against an enemy whose very existence suggests that learning the hard way is maybe obsolete? That tension, I think, is what makes this whole confrontation stick with you. Thanks for joining us for the deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
Grab Kaiju number 8, volume 14, by Naoya Matsumoto. Now on sale, $9.95. Don't miss this chance and build good habits and achieve remarkable results. Buy now today.
Like and subscribe for more Bookhaven podcasts.